well, this past September, the cancer resurfaced again and required some more treatment. And then this, I guess about a month ago or so, a new tumor was diagnosed or discovered. We don't know how long it's been there, but and one of the things that I'm so thankful that the Holy Spirit has been able to control in my heart and mind is that I don't want to blame God for any of this. I do not want, and my husband and I are in such agreement, anything negative, any anger or anything against God with all of this is undermining the greatness that he can get from this, and it's giving Satan all of the attention. It's focusing all of the attention on Satan, and we're just not going to let that happen, because God deserves. When I listened to Johnny Camellia in that song and reminded of Christ's crucifixion, and I love it when John Randall said that, God stood up with God and said, I'll go, Dad. I'll go, and I'll take the place of all those people. And even if it means I have to die, I'll go. I'll do that. And so how can I look Christ in the face when he has an attitude like that toward me and say, you're not going to do this to me. I won't have it. And set my foot and have a temper tantrum. Well, the fact of the matter is it is happening, and it did happen, and I can be as mad as I want to, and it won't change anything. And so the Lord, in using the Holy Spirit, began a process. And really, the bottom line of the entire thing is very simple, and I can say it in 2 seconds. And it was that I had to let go of everything. I had to let go, and I continue to have to let go of what I think or I thought was important. Before the second diagnosis, the year before that, I had abnormal brain scan, and there was some concern that maybe there was a tumor on my brain. And we had to go through several weeks of testing and not knowing and all of that uncertainty. And the Lord brought me to that point where I could say, do whatever you want to do with my body. If it means some eternal good for somebody somewhere, not thinking about myself, of course, because I knew that my relationship was right where it needed to be. But if somebody needed it, to use my body for whatever purpose. But I remember saying to him, and this was, I think about the year 2001 maybe, use me, but leave my children out of this, because, and my husband, those were the real important things. And over the process of the next year of the second diagnosis and so forth, God brought to my attention that I had to allow him to have my children. I had to allow him to have my husband. And they had to go through this process of fear and anxiousness and pain and so forth, because any disease, it doesn't matter what it is, any adversity in a family happens to the entire family, not just to one person. And so he brought me to the point where I could say to him, they're yours. They're blessings that he's given to me, and so I had to give them back back to him. There are a lot of things about this whole process I don't